Hello, Dota denizens. My name is Rick Imaru, and I am happy to be joined by you on the final episode of the Meta Report with regards to patch 7.22. Tonight, we will be covering the number one hero that you should be playing for each position. All that and more, now. This episode of the Meta Report is brought to you by our brand new audio sponsor, Antlion Audio, and we'll tell you a little bit more about their mod mic system, which we are extremely happy to be using to record this video in just a little bit. As we approach the end of the 7.22 era in Dota, we just wanted to give a little bit of love to every role, and instead of recommending the boring meta heroes, we're going to be recommending stuff that's kind of good against them, but still is a ticket to free MMR until the end of the week when that new patch drops. Position 5, Crystal Maiden. We've talked a little bit about CM this meta, but she still seems to have flown a bit under the radar with everyone focusing on Caudle and his stupidly broken skill set. The thing is, one of the parts of Caudle that is so strong is something that CM also brings to the table. Our meta is incredibly brawl heavy right now, and fighting constantly is actually a pretty good way to play the game. The main thing that enables fighting is mana, and CM provides just such a boost globally to her team, whereas Caudle only provides it to one hero at a time. In the past, good players would always carry a stack of clarities to enable this active style of play, but with CM on your team, everyone suddenly becomes one of these good players. On the other hand, if your team is playing passively, feeding, or being generally useless, then you can happily eat up jungle farm while playing around your cores and scale extremely well into the late game with a solid 150 GPM talent at level 15. And whether you need to carry your team through some late game team fights with damage from a big ultimate, or even take buildings with your 250 attack speed talent at level 20, Crystal Maiden provides a huge amount of versatility with her slows and roots in basically every single game. Position 4, Lina. Not to be outdone by her sister, Lina has quietly become one of the most dominant laning partners for many of the en vogue offlane picks. Paired with another stunner, Lina enables a heavy kill threat or can heavily zone solo by out-trading any hard support with superior range and attack speed. The position 4 role has trended more and more towards kill-heavy scaling heroes that often turn into cores in the mid and late game. Snowballing from kills is something that Lina does extremely well with her heavy burst and ability to deftly shove out lanes to create map control as well. Essentially, you get everything that a mid Lina might provide you without the risk of falling off from a few deaths. Lina's toolkit has the ability to deal with magic immune carries, set up ganks, and even shut down the resurgence of Disco that Caudle keeps trying to push on the Dota scene with her massive amounts of attack speed from Fiery Soul. If you're enjoying the sweet sounds of knowledge caressing your eardrums right now, and you'd like to sound just as good while talking with your buddies on Discord or screaming at your teammates in Dota 2, you need to check out the Mod Mic by Antlion Audio. The Mod Mic is the perfect modification package that allows you to take your existing headphones and turn them into a gaming headset in just a couple of minutes. If you're like me and you love music, you probably have spent a bit of money investing in a nice pair of headphones, but most nice headphones do not include a high quality microphone. Branded gaming headsets are often very overpriced for the audio that they give you, and now, thanks to the Mod Mic, which comes in 3.5mm jack, USB, and now even wireless, I get the best of both worlds. Position 3, Venomancer. Currently, TNC's offlaner KP is the only pro player picking up Venomancer with regularity in tournaments, and man does it look good when he does. Veno is the perfect laning counter to Faceless Void with an unstoppable barrage of damage over time, and with a few levels, can free up the position 4 to pressure elsewhere thanks to Plague Wars providing a secure perimeter for the Veno to lane in. This means more pressure elsewhere on the map as well, and just an incredibly snowbally laning stage potential just because of the pick. KP almost always rushes Boots of Travel after one small item, and this allows Veno's incredible magical arsenal to show up in any lane to any fight at a moment's notice. Being an agility hero with spammable spells, Veno can also suffer from mana issues, which are completely solved with an early Boots of Travel. The name of the game is to essentially crush your lane, and then exert pressure wherever you are needed on the map. If necessary, Veno is also one of the fastest farming heroes in the game when left alone on his side of the map, and can scale extremely well in more passive games thanks to a GPM talent and his incredible farming potential with wards. Finally, being able to scout for yourself with an infinite number of plague wards gives Venomancer more freedom to play the game you want to play, regardless of how your teammates are warding or positioning. Position 2. Pugna. Pugna has never really been a pub star hero, but has quietly been a niche pocket pick for many of the best mid players in the world for some time now. With the rampant abuse of OD in the current meta, Pugna is in an excellent spot to ascend to relevance. Pugna is a lane dominator that turns a lead into towers faster than any other hero in the game, and can force objectives with or without his team's backup. While his kit relies heavily on offensive burst in the early game, Pugna also becomes an amazingly versatile utility hero in the mid and late game thanks to his strong ability to counter right-click carries and heal wounded allies. Rumor has it that people have even seen Faceless Void shed a couple of tears from his eyeless face when he gets decrepified in a chronosphere. Pugna thrives in the uptempo style of Dota that is very popular and effective for winning games right now, and he hard counters some of the most important meta picks in the game. Position 1, Night Stalker. We made a video about this hero in this role the other day, and at the time it was kind of like we dropped an underground mixtape. Die-hard fans of the professional scene had probably seen some of this carry Night Stalker rising up in the SEA region, but it seems to have finally started to gain traction on the global scene thanks to the MDL Major. Running the hero in the safe lane mostly nullifies the hero's poor early game, as he can just sit under tower and farm some of the basic necessities before he goes full beast mode and takes over the game with an Aghanim Scepter. If you haven't checked out that other video detailing the build, do that, it's on the channel, but essentially what happens is the hero revolves around a hard timing with his Aghanim Scepter and nighttime. Basically, you want the Ags by around 15 minutes, it hits nighttime, suddenly you do way too much damage in a massive AoE with flying vision, and you can pretty much just kill everybody on the map, since it's nearly impossible for the other team to have items that counter the Night Stalker this early in the game. The Ags also gives him absurd flash farming potential and helps him scale into the later stages of the game and pick up key items like Blink and BKB to help Night Stalker deal out that Gotham City style vigilante justice to the enemy supports. We always say that knowledge is power, and now that you have the knowledge, go forth, my children, and win that MMR. The power is yours. We hope you have enjoyed this hipster version of the meta report to help us say goodbye to the same old 7.22 heroes and ring in the new patch with a brand new meta. Thank you as always for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and thank you once again to Antlion Audio for providing us with upgraded audio for all of our videos to come.